Hello friends, it's your boy Freaker, bringing another YouTube video today, and we are playing some Hardpoint, and I'm going to use either the BAL or the ASM one, and I'm going to be pretty bad. This is a live commentary, so I'm playing and talking at the same time, so you can imagine this may be a little difficult. So as we hop into this game, I'm going to start off by using the BAL, a fun gun to use. But as you look at the title, you can see this isn't just a Call of Duty gameplay live comm. I am talking about something that happened to me very recently, something that impacted my life pretty substantially, to be honest with you. So let's rewind. And let's go to a world of 2014, the year of the not lamb. I was a young buck. I was 18 years old, and I was a strapping young gentleman, and I was a senior in high school. It was my last year being in high school, and I played soccer for fun with my friends a lot. We played in the league at this recreational place, and we were all terrible at soccer, except for maybe two people. My friends Hayden and Alex were pretty good. So we played in this league, right? And it was a rec league, and it was fun. We named ourselves the Goon Squad. We had shirts, pink shirts that had Jigglypuff on them. It was fun, you know. We messed around. We didn't expect to win anything. And since this was a soccer league, we had actual teams playing. We were playing against actual schools that use this as a practice time. And we also had girls on our team, Emily and Jenna and Maddie, and they were they were the only girls in the league because it was all male. It was pretty much a male league. There was no girls, but we used girls because why not, you know? If we can beat you with girls, we can beat you blindfolded. So basically, I can't believe I missed those guys. So so we're still flashback. It is February 14th, and you might be like, "Oh my God, John, that's Valentine's Day. That's so sweet. What a nice day." Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a sweet day. Not for you, me, or my leg. So it's Valentine's Day. You know, I go to school, and we're like, "Yo, dude, game tonight. Fuck Valentine's Day. Fuck day." You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get this soccer game and we're gonna destroy kids. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited the whole day, and it gets to our game. The game's around 9:30, 9 o'clock at night. And we're so happy to be there because it's so much fun to play in those games with your friends, especially with being with your friends. It's just awesome. So we get there, we start playing, right? And I can't tell you, well, I can tell you, but that night I was feeling like something good was going to happen. I was going to score. I hadn't scored all season. We hadn't won a game all season. And I'm a striker. So, you know, your boy is out here trying to get those goals, trying to get that league record for the amount of goals. And so first half I almost scored. I was really upset because I didn't, and I really thought I was going to. So second half rolls around, and we're tied at this point. And it's really a close game. And we haven't won all season, and I'm freaking out. And I don't know how this happened, but my friend Kenny passed me the ball. Why in God's name did he pass me the ball? Nobody knows. And the ball was hit to my chest. I sort of handled it on my chest. It fell to my feet. I just whipped around and shot. You could have, I don't know how I did it. And I whipped around, and I shot, and I somehow managed to score. The ball went in the net. Don't know how. And I celebrated by running all the way back to my goalkeeper, Hayden. Past all my friends, pretty much. Past the girls, past the guys, past everybody. Just because I wanted to, hug Hayden for some reason. And I hugged him, and we fell on the ground, and there was 4 minutes left. Life was good. It's Valentine's Day, you know. My Valentine's was my Xbox, and so, I was yo, I can't wait to, you know, me and Bay are going to play around later. And I was so happy, and it was going well. So then a minute, maybe 2 minutes later, the guy in front of me has the ball. And I'm like, oh, you know, this isn't that bad. Like, I'm trying to defend, you know, defend my best. And he goes to his left, which is my right. He passes the ball to his left and my right. And I'm like, okay, like, I can follow this ball. As any young person should say. And I'm following the ball. And it felt like somebody had kicked the back of my left leg. And I'm like, oh my god, ow, that really hurt. And I, all of a sudden, couldn't stand. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's happening? And I couldn't stand. I just fall on the ground. Just fall straight on the ground. And I look at my leg, and my leg had, the bone wasn't coming out of the skin, but there was a huge-ass lump. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, it's terrible. I start screaming for, like, the ref to come. Like, you know, maybe he'll help me or something. And here's the kicker was, since it was the only game that we were winning all year, my friends thought I was joking. They thought I had dived to secure us the win, to, like, waste time. So the ref wasn't really coming over because he knew us, he knew, like, who we were, like, we didn't win a lot, and he knew all this. So, like, nobody came over, right? And I'm like, oh my god, this hurts so bad. The parents on the sidelines don't know what's happening. I'm like screaming. I'm like, hey, ref, sir, help. And I'm like sitting there, and my best friend Brandon, comes over. And all he does is he looks at my leg, looks at my face, and then walks away. Like, what? Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, how bad could this be? And then the ref comes over and he's like, you're alright, kid. You just popped your knee. This happens all the time. And I'm like, it doesn't really look like a pop knee there, bud. And, oh, shit. And, god damn it. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then all my friends came over and they saw my knee and they were like, fuck, dude. Like, this can't be good. And I knew at that point, like, this is not good. So somebody on the sidelines, one of my friends' parents, Kenny, he had called you know, the ambulance, right? And so we're sitting there waiting for the EMT to show up. And I'm joking around because I wanted to stay positive. Anyway, yeah, didn't go positive in that game, went 21-22. So let's hop into the next one. So I'm on the ground. I've got adrenaline rushing through me. I'm pretty much in shock, right? I'm in shock, like, I'm shaking. Like, my friends are looking at me, like, they're in distress. And I'm like, you know, this isn't going to go well. I'm freaking out. And basically, I told all my friends, like, yo, box tonight, like, joking around, like, Xbox, like, we're going to play. And they were like, like, I know you're just trying to stay positive, bud, but you're pretty much fucked. I'm like, I know. And so the EMTs, they take me to the hospital, and that's when all my friends come and visit me, like, really quick. Like, right after the game, they all travel to the hospital, and they're sitting there with me. My friend Ethan left his date to go visit me, which I don't know if that's a good decision or not, but he was there for me, which I'm grateful for. And then, so they were all there. They were worried and shit like that, and I'm like, I'm still, like, in pain. But not, like, as much pain as you would think, because they gave me morphine. And then the doctor came in the x-rays, and they're like, it's broken. And, like, just the silence in the room was like, you could hear a fucking pin drop, and it was bad. And I'm like, god damn it, like, how could this get worse? And so they transferred me to this really good hospital in Pennsylvania. And they told me, like, what they're going to do, like, what kind of surgery it was. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm ready for this. And they gave me morphine. I'm like, these drugs are, like, kicking in. And, like, they gave me Percocets, and I'm, like, good with the drugs. And so I take surgery, and then I can't have friends visit for a little bit. So I wait, like, a couple days because, like, the drugs, like, do stuff to you. Like, you can't really focus, and you're, like, loopy and stuff. And so it was a little bad like that, but so I pick my friends to visit. I can only choose 4, which sucks. You know, if I could choose all of them, I would. I would choose all of them. All my Barkley friends, you know, all these kids. But I can only choose 4, so I chose 4 really close friends: Emily, Jenna, Ryan, and Sean. And they all came and visited me, and they were talking to me, and it was just really nice for them to be there. They didn't have to come, and they did, and it just really made my day. And it was awesome for them to come. So they were there. We were hanging around, and I was talking to them. And then eventually, I get released. You know, I go home, and he's like, "Yo, listen, bud, you can't walk for 2 months. Like, you're gonna have to deal with that." I'm like, "Dang, like this is really gonna suck, isn't it?" So we bought a hospital bed. Well, we rented a hospital bed, and I stayed in that for about 2 months. And for a month, I couldn't put any pressure on it, and then like after the month, I started like slowly like walking around the house, trying to put pressure on it, practicing on my crutches, and it was really weird. It was really interesting, and you know the experience was just it's hard to describe. So while in the bed for 2 months, I missed a bunch of shit. I missed hanging out with my friends every day, school. I had tutors come to the house. I missed one of the most important things that I was looking forward to was Disney World, which was the senior trip that year. I just got destroyed. And it sucked. Like, it was really bleak. And, you know, luckily I had the support of my friends, like the Barkley kids, which is the neighborhood I grew up in, sorry. And girls came to my house, and they were really more supportive, obviously, like more knew what to say and shit like that, which was awesome. I couldn't thank any of those guys and girls enough. And eventually I got out of the hospital bed. I started to walk around again. I started to go to the Goon Squad games, you know, and support the team. And I would show up in a wheelchair that my dad had to bring me in because, like, it was weird. It was hard to get from one place to another because I had to go, obviously, in a wheelchair. And that's how life went for a little bit. And I eventually could walk on crutches, and I went to school, and you know, everything sort of went back to normal. And honestly, that couple of months just really shaped really who I am today, to be honest with you. Like, it was a learning experience, and you really knew who supported you in your time of need and shit like that. And there's so much detail I can go into about those 2 months. I mean, that's a long time. But what I'm trying to get out of this is I have to thank like my friends and my parents, and especially my brother. You know, when my parents weren't around or couldn't do something, my brother was always on top of things, and he helped me get through that just as much as anybody else. And my suggestion to you guys is when you're playing soccer, don't break your leg. It was ruled a freak accident because it was the weirdest thing that had ever happened to anybody at that facility. And also when I went to the doctor, they were like, "Yeah, we only see this break like once a month." And I'm like, "How many people break their legs? Like, must be a lot." So it was sucky, but you know, it's you live and you learn. So anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. There's so much more I can go into, but that's pretty much the general consensus of the story. And I know I'm not doing well in this COD game. I suck at COD. I used to be good, but I suck now. So if you guys could like and subscribe, and also if you could comment and tell me what you guys want me to talk about. It can be any subject. You know, I can voice my opinion on it. And until next time, guys, it's been your boy Freaker, and I'll catch you on the flip side.